welcome back. If you've just joined us, you're watching Channels Television celebrating 21 years of professional broadcasting. This is the news at 10, and here's a reminder of our major stories tonight. President Buhari hosts his Liberian counterpart at the presidential villa, asks ECOWAS member countries to pursue peace and development for the sake of regional security. Nobel laureate Wole Soyinka explains decision to dump green card following Donald Trump's emergence as US president-elect. African Development Bank sets aside $24 billion to provide agric funding for farmers in the continent over a 10-year period. And police in Kenya disperse hundreds of striking doctors with tear gas in the capital, Nairobi. Just a quick reminder to you that all our top stories are on our website, channelstv.com, and on youtube.com/channelsweb. And do log on to m.channelstv.com to view us live on your mobile device. You can also download the Channels TV app for Android, iOS and Windows phones from their respective stores. Besides the news and updates, the Channels TV app has an eyewitness feature. We encourage you to use it to share those pictures, videos or news of happenings around you. Just install the app, then tap and swipe to reveal the eyewitness menu and follow the instructions. We continue to legal matters, and the absence of Justice Adeniyi Ademola at the FCT High Court in Abuja has stalled his prosecution. Justice Ademola of the Federal High Court is standing trial over allegations of corruption and illegal gratification of the FCT High Court. But according to his lawyer, the judge is yet to be served the charges by the court bailiffs. The trial judge, Justice Jude Okeke, in his ruling, adjourned the case to December the 13th for hearing. Justice Ademola was one of the judges arrested by the officials of the Department of State Services in October this year. In the meantime, the acting Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Walter Onnoghen, has sworn in 2 new justices of the Supreme Court. Before the recent appointments, the 2 justices, Justice Paul Galinje and Justice C.D. Daudu Baje, served as the judges of the appeal court. Addressing the newly appointed justices after administering their oath of office, the acting Chief Justice of Nigeria urges the elevated justices to work at preserving the integrity of the judiciary.
I must say, your elevation to the highest court of the land places on you the demand of the highest standards of integrity, fairness, and justice. I have no doubt in my mind that you will live up to these ideals and expectations. You are coming to the Supreme Court at a time when the third arm of government, the judiciary, is witnessing very challenging times. This should not make you despair, but rather spur you on to a greater commitment to defend the integrity and independence of the judiciary. Failure to defend this institution would mean failing the citizens of this nation who have placed their hope in the judiciary for the fair and equitable dispensation of justice. I therefore urge you to always remain above board in the discharge of your duties in your new role.
Let's cross over to Abuja now. Here's Ibrahim Adra. Ibrahim.
Always nice to see you, Ijoma. Now let's start off from Kaduna State, where the government there has described the Islamic Movement of Nigeria as an insurgent group. The government's position is contained in a white paper released today on the report of the Judicial Commission of Inquiry into the December 2015 clash between soldiers and members of the IMN in Zaria. The white paper also blamed the group for the clash and recommends the investigation and prosecution of any IMN member found to have been involved in any form of human rights abuse since their existence in Zaria over 30 years ago. Meanwhile, the group, in a swift reaction by its spokesman Ibrahim Musa, rejected the white paper, describing it as an exercise in futility by the Kaduna State governor, who is trying to justify what it describes as a massacre by the army last year. The Ogun State Governor Ibikunle Amosun has rewarded 4 diligent public civil servants with free homes for distinguishing themselves in the discharge of their duties. The 4 were given 2-bedroom bungalows and 2 flats at the AAK Degun Estate in Abeokuta, the state capital. While promising his administration's commitment to rewarding excellence, The governor, however, expressed his readiness to provide affordable housing for Ogun indigents.
Bridging its housing deficit is what the Ogun State government says it's concerned about. And within this estate in Abeokuta, the state capital, traditional rulers, members of the State Executive Council, and civil servants are witnessing the handing over of keys to 160 successful applicants after fulfilling the 20% down payment of the total cost.
In the area of housing, we are resolved to ensure that we meet the housing needs of our people, irrespective of their economic stratification and geographical location. We are determined to ensure that everyone, rich or not so rich, man or woman, indigent, non-indigent, as long as they call our beloved state their home, are properly housed in well-planned, well-built houses.
When that part is over, a surprise package is unveiled. 4 free homes as reward for diligence and dedication. 4 officers of the state are beneficiaries, and they are a director in the Ministry of Information, 2 officers in the governor's office, and this 60-year-old female traffic warden.
I thank God and I give God the praise, honor, adoration, because it's not because I know how to do it. It's not by my power, it's not by my wish. It's God's grace over my life.
I found it very difficult to believe, but I was just in the office working, and I started receiving calls that I've just been given a house. I don't even know what it's all about. I'm just driving in now, but I feel on top of the world. I mean, I believe this is a result of hard work.
The state's head of service promises the unalloyed support for government policies and programs.
I charge you to reciprocate this good gesture of the present administration by devoting your time and energy to the successful implementation and execution of the many laudable and people-oriented socio-economic programs of the present administration.
Beneficiaries of this housing estate have, however, been asked to keep faith with the repayment schedule in order to allow others to benefit.
Now, as part of its plan to combine both domestic and foreign airline operations from Nigeria, a Kano-based domestic airline company, Azman Air Services Limited, has launched a new aircraft, a Boeing 737-500. Executives of the company say the federal government has given approval to commence operation of international routes, to which it will be adding more aircraft to its fleet.
The latest acquisition of Azman Air Services Limited taxis on the runway. On hand to receive the airplane at the Malam Aminu Kano International Airport are executives of the company, associates and government officials.
We are proud of it, and we assure of our people, of our passengers, of our Nigeria in general, that we are going to support this government at any given time.
Established 6 years ago, the company began its first commercial flight from Kano to Abuja in 2014. Since then, Azman has acquired several aircraft to meet its rising demand.
We started with 2 aircrafts, and now we are having 4 aircrafts on ground. So it's a good showing to the nation and the old people patronizing us that we are capable and strong, and we are ready to serve them to all their various destinations.
We have the plan to operate international, and it is approved by the federal government already, that we can operate 3 international in the east. That is Jeddah, Dubai, and China.
The excited crowd make their way into the 110-passenger capacity plane, and they are impressed.
Azman and its chairman and all its staff are very, very good friends of Kano State. They are very close, and that is the purpose, of my being here. And at this time, when the economy of the country is in dire situation, effort like this, where so many people from Kano State will be employed in this company, is a welcome situation.
The executive assures passengers of comfort and safety, 2 words they always want to be known for.
And when the news return at 10, Central Bank of Nigeria to conduct special currency auction between banks and fuel importers. That's right ahead on Business News. Do join us again.